Hello, 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 and welcome to the ENG YNPL Review Show, where brought to you by FBL Broadcasting, part of Canadian Corporation Limited, blah, blah, blah. Talking points today are, it's a free-horse race in the Under-13 South, Oldham and Kingsway Power, top four for the Under-14s North. Who will reach top four in the Under-13s and Under-13s North, Under-14s South? And we look forward for the Under-15s North, and we have special guest Maria and Amelia talking about Grangetown getting into the top four, or getting there anyway. So, Richard, wanted to bring... hello, mate. How you doing?
Mate, I'm still exhausted from watching Leeds Athletic on Saturday.
Oh, look forward to hearing about that then.
Yeah.
Right, just before we go on to the show, carry on with the show, let's quickly talk about the live stream. I know it's causing a few issues for a few people. We're doing our best here. Good news is I'm spending hours, Richard knows this, spending hours testing stuff. They seem to have got things sorted, so hopefully things will get back to normal, ready for this Saturday. But again, thanks to everybody who's been very patient and very, helpful and everything as well. Some people haven't been; they've been a bit, but it's quite a massive thing, Richard. I think we've realised how easy it is on the website to watch compared to what it is on YouTube, which is
Martin, I just think you offer such a great service, mate, that you not being at these things actually causes me more stress. The amount of people who kind of ask me if it's on, I tell them no, they look upset. Then they ask me why, and I've got
you've got no idea, have you? It's like, it's tech stuff. He bores me enough. I can't take it in.
But no, we have missed the stream. It's good to, and the best thing for me about the stream is it gets me to reflect. I can reflect on the games and go back over things, and we can celebrate good shots, good passes, good team play, tackles, and other stuff.
Do you know, it's one of those things, like, when you look back on stuff, like we've done it on the show, and you're like, let's go back to this bit, and obviously the players can see it as well. It's like I say, it's the only league out there that you can watch virtually every game. I'll say every game.
Yeah, but the problem is, Martin, the league is getting to a point now where there's such a huge expectation on it that it's, you can, some one little thing you do wrong, then
hang on, let me magnify glass. There we go.
So it's probably a compliment that we're doing a good job, but at the same time, it can be frustrating when something doesn't go particularly right,
I'm glad you said that. I'd like to add something about live stream. People, can we please, just please, I do everything I can to make sure that you get directed to the live stream. If you know what I mean, don't try and get around it by going on the for instance, 14s league, past games, because that's not where the live stream is. I get people, and can I have a refund? Blah. It's like, well, it's an electronic product. Please remember that we had a chat on the way up north once, and you were saying about the refunds. I was like, it's different for me. A refund isn't just click a button. I've got to go into different places and do it. It's time consuming and annoying. But the things I do. But I know you're trying to get to the live stream. The biggest thing was the YouTube thing this weekend. This is $1 billion company. And literally on the app, you can't join FBL broadcast. Click a button. You've got to request the desktop with the double A at the top of the screen, which says request the website, request the desktop website, and then the join button turns up. It's like, they're a multi-billion-dollar company and they still don't get it wrong. Please complain to them. It's not me. But people, it's a crazy world. But look, that's all we need to say. And actually, don't forget, people, do comment. Do let us know your thoughts. Definitely, we love it when you put comments out there, and we'll always reply as well, won't we, Richard?
Yeah.
All right, let's get the show going, mate. Come on. Pumped.
So
a lot of after the show's finished.
We have two special guests today, two girls who were absolutely amazing this week. They're from Grangetown. We have Maria and Amelia. Good evening, girls. How are we?
Good, thank you. Good. Very good.
You are officially live. Millions are watching all around the world. So if you become famous, don't forget me and Martin get 50% of your take-ins from now on.
And I can also, you know, do music at these events that you go to. Before you know, people, I played a little bit Gangster's Paradise to the three of them backstage while we were waiting to go live. And just quickly, Lee Williams put, problem is, Martin, it's so complicated and hard to use. It's easy to click on the wrong option. All right, we'll go. So, that's another thing. Thanks, Lee. I'm glad you said that. Please remember the members chat, the bottom right-hand corner, it's an orange box. Click that. Always put your stuff in there. I always reply to that quicker. And yeah, I understand that thing, Lee, by the way. But we'll come back to that later. Right, sorry, girls. Carry on, and boys.
Okay, so Maria and Amelia, I've got you into the live stream today because you're outstanding on Saturday.
Oh, they're always outstanding, Richard.
Well, what I love about this Grangetown team is that they've been, since the under 12s, under 13s, they've kind of been at the bottom wrong end of the table, especially for a Grangetown team because they're known to be super competitive. So this season, I fully expected you to be in some sort of relegation dogfight with whoever else. And at the weekend, you not only showed that you are, you know, you're not here to make up the numbers. You're showing that you can reach the grand finals, the top four, and mix it with the big dogs across the under 14s netball world. So let's start with you, Maria. Before we get into a little bit of chitty chat, give us some background into your netball career so far.
Well, I started when I was on like year 3 or 4, I think. It was in year 3 or 4, I can't remember. And then, because one of my friends was going, I didn't actually know, well, I knew what it was, but I didn't actually know what it was. So,
Yeah.
So I went, and then I loved it, and then I just kept going.
And so what teams do you play for? You play for Grangetown, obviously. Anyone else?
Yeah. No, I've only just played for, like, I've only played for Grangetown.
Grangetown. So, well, less traveling and less commitment for your parents. Happy days.
Quick question, Maria. What is it that captivated you?
I don't really know. Like, everyone was really like supportive, and I just loved the whole, like, everything about it. Really
the atmosphere and the camaraderie and stuff like that. Okay, cool. That's what I like to hear.
Well, what position do you play, Maria?
I play centre, goal attack, and wing attack.
What's your favourite? You're quite a creative player, aren't you, Maria?
Yeah,
you're very creative. So what is it about the attacking positions in particular do you like best? What is the best part of that game?
Well, you can do a lot of movement and like think and don't know. If you get in the defender's head, I think it's good as well. And then also if like say if you played centre, you can do like defence and attack as well. And like wing attack or anything, goal attack, anything.
And what is your dreams and aspirations going forward in netball?
Well, obviously, I think like most people, I'd love to play for England, and like either a Super League team or like, you know, like one of franchise. Yeah.
Good, excellent, happy days. We've got a dreamer in the room. I'm the biggest dreamer in the room.
He is, believe me. He's a dreamer.
You should see inside my head, Maria. I'm building stadiums. I'm doing.
Hang on, I think if you look inside your head, mate, there might be some tumbleweed going through there. And then all of a sudden, a bit like Bugs Bunny pops up once in a while.
Trust me, Maria, you've probably got 10 times more talent than I ever had. So you're definitely gonna do a lot better than I have done in my life. That's for sure. But Amelia, come on, give us some background into your netball journey so far.
Well, I've been playing since I was like in year 6, and then because my friend who's like, yeah, my friend was doing it, and then so like my friend's mum, who's like also our coach, she was like, you should like come along, you should do it because you're quite tall enough. So I went along, and then like I broke my foot, so I couldn't do it, and then I came back, and in year 7, that was like when I like started to like play with like the team that I played with.
I remember you starting.
Yeah, like I did not know what I was doing at all. Like I was like a little bit freaked out because like I'd never like played like any like sport at all. Like I was not a sporty person, and then like I'm like here now, so like
And
like
you're a shooter, and they sometimes put you in the defence as well, don't they, Grangetown?
yeah, they do.
So what do you prefer?
To be honest, it depends on the day. Like, so some days that like I like shooting because I just like it, like, and then but I also like defense because like I feel like you see you can see like your progress in defense a lot more. Like you can see if you get in loads of like turnovers, then you can see like whether you're doing good or not. Whereas
Yeah.
like when you're shooting, it's like it's a little bit like wishy washy. You don't really know like whether your movement's good or like whether you're like you're really not captivating, but like you're like doing well against your defender.
Yeah.
That's like yeah.
Is it quite nerve-wracking shooting, and
Yeah.
everyone expects you to score, and if you don't score, then you're the worst person in the world. Did you feel that when you're shooting?
Sometimes, yeah, but like I feel like my team's like quite supportive. So if you miss it, they encourage you to like get it back, like to turn the ball back over, or to like get rebounds and like just to be like yeah, it's really supportive. Like, and we've all got a lot of faith in each other.
And you're sitting in a car park after training with Manchester Thunder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
How's
I
that?
had a match.
Say again.
It was like I had a match. Like I trained yesterday and a match there.
And you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's really good. Yeah.
Cool. Well, you've definitely improved 1,000,000% since I first saw you. You just look a lot more confident now when you play on the court. Look a lot more dominant in your performances. So, and before we go to other stuff, what do you want to achieve in netball?
Well, I'd like to play for a franchise, but I'd really like to play in Australia because I feel like the standards like really good there. And then, but I would also like to play for England because that would be like really good. Like I'd really enjoy that, I think.
No, well, Martin, if they do play for England stuff, we can say we interviewed them when they were 14. You know what I mean?
Definitely, mate. Yeah. Cut it
So-
out. Hey, we put them on the map first.
Yeah, we put you on the map. But you are sitting currently in 4th place in the league.
Yeah.
Can you do it? Like, can you maintain this momentum? Because you won 2 games. Your first time this particular team have won back-to-back games in the league. You beat Wire, you beat Saddleworth. I was surprised by the Wire team. Not only did you beat Wire, you beat them very well, and it was a very clear win. So, do you both believe you can keep this momentum up and stay in the top 4?
I think we can. Like, if we keep our heads up, obviously, like, it'll be tough, but I think if we stay positive, then I think we can.
How do you think you won't stay positive? Because surely, like you're saying, a big smile from me to go. Oh, go on.
I think that. What is it? Like, I think that like when you're losing that like you don't stay positive because like you can't, your head goes down a little bit, like you feel like, oh yeah, we're losing now, but I feel like it also gives you like a bit more like, oh yeah, let's do this, let's like win it back, that's like with the Wire game. So pretty sure in the first quarter we were drawing, and then in the second quarter we went down by 4 or 5, I'm pretty sure, and in the third it just like it really fired, like it made us like really want to win. But like in that second quarter, I think our heads did go down a bit, and like I think it was a little bit like, oh yeah, like we're losing momentum, we need to like, it was like, yeah, it was really
So it's mostly when you're in game that you're saying that,
yeah,
it feels, because going into the day, obviously you have 2 games in the day. Are you pumped? So you're like, yeah, ready for this. Come on. And then obviously, do you ever go into the day where you're not? Is that a thing?
I think we go into every single game like with a good perspective. Like we go in open-minded. We don't go in thinking we're going to lose this or we're going to win this. We go in with like good expectations, and like we go in with a goal. We don't go in with like, we go in with targets. Like each person's got their own targets and it's specific to you because it's what you want to work on. It's what you want to really develop on. Like it's what you want to show to everyone else. It's not really like, it's like, oh yeah, we're going to win this. It's like, it's hard to explain. It's like, interesting.
Well, girls, I'm just looking at your fixtures now. But by looking at your fixtures, I've realised I've made a few mistakes. I'm gonna have to go back. I'm
Got
gonna have to go back and
Macclesfield twice
redo
next
them.
time.
Let me bring this up.
I can't believe it. But you've got Leeds Athletic, Ribble Valley, Macclesfield, and Oldham left to play because you did get a win for playing Oaksway because they didn't play on the weekend. So those 4 games, Oldham, Ribble Valley, Leeds Athletic, and Macclesfield, which ones do you think you can win?
Wait, what were they again? Oldham.
Right, Oldham, Leeds
Oldham.
You've got
Athletic,
Oldham,
Macclesfield,
Ribble Valley,
Ribble
Macclesfield, and Leeds.
I think we could beat Macclesfield because last time I played I think it was quite close. I think it was a similar score to
Yeah.
Wales. Obviously, like you don't go off scores because
Yeah.
Like you go off like we've played them a few times. Like we played them during tournament season twice. So it was like we won one, they won one, and then we played them in Bury, and I don't think we lost by that much.
So
Yeah,
so can you beat Oldham? Yes or no?
Oh, Oldham. I think it'll be like a close score. I don't know. Like I don't know whether we could win Ribble Valley or like Macclesfield again. Like I don't know. Like
How about Macclesfield? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Ribble Valley?
Yeah.
And the other Leeds. Now Leeds are a very interesting team this season, aren't they?
It's like up and down with Leeds. Like they
We've only
obviously had
played
a
them
really
once.
close. Yeah, we played them once. We lost by 2 goals. So, like, yeah,
But that was like a couple of months ago.
yeah, and we didn't have like. I'm pretty sure I had to go into goal defense. Like, it was not good. Like,
Well, you're
I think-
sitting in 4th place of 6 points. So potentially, girls, 10 points might just get you there. So 2 wins out of 4 might be enough, but it's going to be tight and it's going to be close. So yeah, we're very much looking forward to seeing how your second half of your season turns out. But to stop you sitting in that car any longer so you can get home to your bed, let's get this quiz underway. So what we're doing this season is we're going to ask a few questions, and you're going to answer them, and the best person, the winner, will go onto our leaderboard, and we will at the end of the season, the top 5 will come to a national quiz championships online. Just unbelievably exciting, I'm telling you. So, it doesn't matter if you don't know the questions, girls. Just guess them. They are going to be multiple choice, apart from maybe a few of them. But just do your best. No pressure. Right, here we go. So, how many goals were scored in round 2 of the ENG Youth Netball Premier League Northern Conference? Here's going to be a multiple choice. Was it 557, 558, or 559? So how many goals were scored on Saturday in the league? 557, 58, or 59? Good. You're good? Cool. Next one. How many goals have been scored altogether? Is it 1,210, 1,211, or 1,212? So how many goals have been scored altogether? 1,210, 11, or 12? Next question. These two are flying. Happy days. Who has conceded the most goals in the league? Is it Saddleworth, Oaksway, or Ribble Valley?
what, like since the start?
Since the start of the season,
Since
yeah.
like, okay.
So who's conceded the most? Saddleworth.
You can't even know. You don't even know
Ribble Valley.
your answer.
No, Saddleworth, Oaksway, Ribble Valley.
I don't need Gordon the golfer to work with. I'll tell you.
Right, this is worth 4 points. You get a point for each. Who are the current top 4 teams?
Oh, this is easy.
Ooh. Oh, Maria's like, no
I
worries.
know this though, because wait,
I
is it
love
in
it if
order?
Amelia gets it wrong. This is
No, I'm
so
not
easy.
getting it wrong. I know
this
it.
would be brilliant. This would be brilliant. I do love the concentration when they go to write. It's like, yes.
Amelia does what I always do throughout my life, and that's kind of celebrate before the win.
Do you know what? I think most people do that, to be fair.
I'm terrible for it. Like if I get given some news that potentially might happen, I will go around telling every single person, and then it doesn't happen, and I look like the biggest prat on the planet. So
Yeah, I think that'll happen here.
So, Amelia, I'm
That's just
definitely interested in your answer in that one.
I'm pretty sure I've got it right.
Okay,
No,
who
because-
are the
yeah.
current bottom 4 teams?
Oh gosh,
Ooh.
I know.
Wait, from like fourth. Wait, from where?
Currently,
Like, bottom
yeah. So
from
the bottom 4 teams from 6th to 10th.
6 to 10.
No, 7th
Oh,
to 10th. 7th, 8th, yeah, 7th to 10th.
Are you sure?
Wait,
It?
so...
Wait, oh.
See how
Oh,
the finger?
oh,
7, 8, 9, 10. So what
it's 2 in the
teams
middle,
are
isn't there?
7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th in the league? They don't have to be in any particular order.
Who was who? Oh, wait.
Are you sure, Amelia?
No, probably not.
Brilliant. Do you know what? I love it. You know when you got that, you say, "Yeah, I've got it," and then you find out it's wrong. It's like, "Oh, I'm sure it was
you're
that."
probably right. There's one of them I'm not sure about.
I've got like a.
Wait. Oh, I know who it is.
Got like a what?
I'm just looking at my end question is probably the most easiest question on the planet. But
Okay.
even someone in the netball world probably would know this question. Go to like the Amazon rainforest, they would know this question. Are you ready, girls?
Okay.
Yeah.
Final question. Who has scored the most goals in the league so far this season?
Wow.
What team? Do you actually need a multiple choice for that?
Wait. Oh, wait. No, but I thought that was the third question.
And the third question, who's conceded the most goals?
What does that mean?
Who's let in? Oh,
Wait, I'm changing my answer now.
So the third one was how many goals, who's conceded the most
thought
goals?
it was like how many. Okay.
And the last one is who scored the most. Did you want a multiple choice on the last one?
No.
Just to see if my answer's right.
I'll do it anyway, just to play fair. Oldham, Kingsley Power, or Chester?
Oh god, that's quite. Yeah. Right,
Wait, it should be the one at the top, right?
That's probably not true though.
Not necessarily.
Well, goal difference wise, because if like someone
No,
had
not
like
goal
loads of
difference.
goals-
Goals scored.
Yeah, I know, but like if they are at the top of the table, like it can go on like loads of stuff. I don't know.
No, if you hold on, let's have a, if you look at the league,
I thought-
like
No, no, no.
sixth place has scored more than fifth place. Do you know what I mean?
Really? Oh, wait, I don't know what I'm doing now.
Yeah, so
So that's thrown a little bit of a spanner in the works. But I can imagine if you had a really good guess at it, you'd get it right.
I think you would.
Okay.
I don't want to give him a tip, but I won't. It's just something you can do when I talk about this team. Go on.
Right, are you ready, girls?
is it normal?
That's it. It's out of 12. 12, you get 12 potential points. Okay, so the first question was how many goals were scored in Saturday's round 2 Northern Conference? And what have you got, Maria? Put your paper to the screen.
It's the wrong one.
I can't get.
I hate this bit where I stare into the camera. Okay, cool. I've got your answer. What's yours, Amelia?
I've got wait, no, I can't do it now. I've got 558.
Brilliant. I can say the answer was 557. Well done, Maria. So, Maria, first point goes to you. Next question was how many goals have been scored all together? Let's go to you, Amelia, first.
I've got 1,000.
Cool. What have you got, Maria?
Move it over a little bit.
I can't
The other
do
way. It's opposites.
Other way.
Oh,
Move it to your left. Move it to your left. There you go.
Cool. I
Okay.
can say it was 1,210.
Ooh.
It's 1-1. Okay, who has conceded the most goals in the league so far this season?
What's
Maria?
conceded mean?
I'll go and get my Black Laws dictionary, Martin.
Oh yeah, do that, mate.
And Amelia, what you got?
Wait, I've got Saddleworth.
Yep, you're both right. 2 points each. Well done. What a nail biter. Who are the current top 4 teams? So, Amelia, show us yours.
Now, Amelia, you did say you knew this straight off.
Kings of Power,
Yeah.
Oldham, Chester, and Grangetown.
Cool. What have you got, Maria?
I've got the same.
If you'd like to confirm that, Maria, no cheating.
Oh, you put wire down, Maria.
No, that's for the next one. No, I haven't put wire.
I know.
I haven't put the
Well
next
done,
one
you
either.
two. 4 points each. It's now 6-6. Okay, this should get you. Who are the current bottom 4 teams? This is where it's going to, I think this is where we're going to potentially find our winner here. Actually, before that,
Ooh.
let's do the last question because I don't think you're going to get the last one wrong. Who scored the most goals this season? Go on, Amelia.
Just shout it out loud.
I've put Kings of Power.
What have you got, Maria?
Kingsway.
Okay, cool. So it's 7-0, and I think this question will decide the fate of who's going to lose and who's going to win. So the current bottom 4 teams, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. Maria, go.
Pot. Right, hang on. Oaksway, Saddleworth, Macclesfield, Ribble.
And who?
Ribble was the last one.
Okay, hold on.
I've got Oaksway, Saddleworth, Wire, and Macclesfield.
Okay. 1.
I was counting now. Hang on. See the smoke
Oh,
coming
gosh.
from his ears.
Okay. Are you two ready for this?
No.
Everyone at home must be biting their fingernails.
I am.
Oh,
Maria,
wait.
no. Amelia, on the last question, you got 3 out of 4.
Oh,
Wire are not in there. You forgot
they're not.
Ribble.
I got 3.
Maria,
Also, Maria, you won.
you got all 4 right.
Oh.
Meaning you are the champion with 11 points and you're on the leaderboards.
Crowd goes well. Oh, we were clapping a bit.
But girls, thank you so much for coming on tonight. We look forward to seeing you again in 2023. I'm going to go and sort your fixtures out tomorrow because I've completely messed them all up. But thank you so much. Keep the good work up, and we'll see you again soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
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 There you go. Just us
Right.
two, my friend. There we go. Back to us. Watch the
If
people
we stay on the under 14s, I can do a little recap quickly of the league on Saturday.
Okay.
So I'll go through this. Okay, so Ribble Valley played Oldham. Probably the reason why I thought it would be a little more competitive. I just think Ribble Valley showed Oldham way too much respect. When you play these top teams, showing them respect is probably the worst thing you can do. You just have to bite down on your gum shield, get stuck in, as my old dad would say back in the day, and just go for it. And Ribble Valley, I think, just decided that they weren't going to particularly go for it and just kind of hold back a little bit, which meant Oldham probably got a more convincing win than they should have done. And I think even Oldham probably thought that was this. They probably thought the same as well, but they're not complaining. 40-13 to Oldham. Then Grangetown played Saddleworth. Good game, really good game. 39-27, quite close up until half-time. Then Grangetown pulled away in the second half. Wyatt then played Ribble Valley. Great game of netball. local rivalry. I did and I didn't know it. But after the shenanigans of last week, I think my brain was all foggy. So forgot to realise it. But great game of netball while we're leading all the way up to the fourth quarter. Lot of tension in the room in this game. You had to be calmed down on several occasions by the umpire. But this is competitive sport. This happens. And this is it's a very emotive, passionate thing, sport. So in the end, Ribble Valley got a very good win. It looked like at one point they were going to lose that one, but they got the win, and it was a big win because it keeps alive their top four hopes. 31-26.
Sounds like a game I could have been there for.
Mate, really good game. Then Oldham, again, I strike again. Oldham played Saddleworth. It's 59-16 to Oldham. I've put it around the wrong way. I cannot do this 1 week without doing that.
All it is you just got to put a score in the box, man.
I don't know. I just it's impossible. It's impossible. Wyatt then played Grangetown. There again, I said to the girls, I thought Wyatt would win this game. But Grangetown were amazing. Like they did again. I've said this in an interview, and I'm going to hopefully upload these tonight or tomorrow morning. Grangetown basically have improved so much, and it's for me, it's why we created this league, to give teams a platform to get them the best possible competition, and then hopefully we see progress. And we've definitely seen that with Grangetown. Why would be massively disappointed to lose that game. I think one win at the weekend would have given them a great chance at the top four. Now they've lost two. It's a big battle now to see if they can reach the top four, especially after such a good
start.
Good start, yeah.
Yeah, they had a good start.
But
of the season,
that's what. But we, the league is. We want the league to be unpredictable, and if you, it's looking really competitive at the moment. Then we had a very, very interesting game. Kingsway Power played Leeds Athletic.
Look at that.
I know. Well, Martin, again, another great game missed. So let me give you a little rundown of this. So first half, I believe it was a draw. Second half, I think Leeds went in winning. Third quarter, I think Kingsway Power might have been up. Then we got to the fourth quarter and it was drawing goal for goal, mate. And, it was just
wow.
It's just
anybody watching that, put in the comments what you thought about that. Tell us how exciting it was. God, mate.
But what makes the performance even better was that Leeds predominantly had under 13s players. And they were playing against Kingsway Power, who, as we know, were unbeaten last season. And
the Empire. The Empire.
No one could beat them. And Leeds Athletic, well, the scary thing is they could have won.
Yeah, mate.
Slight lapse of concentration maybe stopped them winning. But what a great game of netball. It was exhausting to watch. I'm telling you, mate, I don't think I'm over it. I'm still just sitting here a little bit stressed out. So well done to Leeds. Really good. And it's a great example. Tactically, they were set up well. They had a certain tactics they implemented really well. So their approach to the game was super professional. And they showed no respect, no sort of, we're going to get beat type of attitude. They just got stuck in. They worked hard. They played hard. And they nearly toppled the unbeatables. So, I think for Kingsway Power, maybe it's a time to reflect to see where potentially it might be going wrong. Yeah. Or they could see it as a compliment where their brilliance is bringing out the best in other teams. So
I would always say that. If teams are improving, it's and you are the leader, congratulate yourselves on making them make that push and make them strive harder to improve. Because honestly, that Leeds, well done. Honestly, I'm seeing that. I had no idea about that score until we just looked at it. That's like phenomenal.
Oh, it was mate.
Gutted I weren't there, mate. Gutted I weren't there for that. Oh,
no, but the quality on show was it was just incredible, mate. Like seriously, it had everything. It had the passion. It had the aggression. the tactical, like the coaches tactically trying to work each other out, and incredible shots, great defending. It was just everything you'd want from a netball game at this level. And one of the Leeds parents come up to me, and he they kind of just done that deep breath type of thing. And I said to him, that's why people pay to watch. Trust me, it was full on. It was the best entertainment I had all weekend. So well done to Leeds, but also well done to Kingsway Power, because they still got the job done. So well done to Kingsway Power. Kingsway Power then played Macclesfield when they won back to business, 41-10.
Back-to-back game as well, was it?
Say again?
Back-to-back game.
Yeah, we had a half and that. Like they had a 45-minute break.
Yeah.
Because we had a team drop out. Chester then played Leeds Athletic, and I went outside, and the Chester players were turning up, and I said to them, I said, "Wow!" I said, girls, don't underestimate this Leeds team. And they've just taken Kingsway Power to, nearly drew or beat Kingsway Power. Chester started like a house on fire, 6-7 points up, Martin.
Oh,
I thought, what the hell? Like, how can Leeds go from beating nearly Kingsway Power to going?
Because they used all their energy up, mate. That's what it is.
Well, no, we'll look at the score.
Exactly, I know. It's just crazy. Oh.
So they just didn't panic. They worked it out. They obviously went in at each quarter and got some advice, and they made changes, and they got the win. It was just again incredible. It was just brilliant to watch. So well done to Leeds. Chester would be massively disappointed because they've got some tough games coming up. But yeah, Leeds, superb. Well done to you. Then Chester against Macclesfield, close game until probably the last quarter, and Chester went ahead and got the win. So well done to Chester. Let's have a look at the league table.
Ding.
So Kingsway Power stay on top, but Oldham have dug into their goal difference. Last season, Kingsway Power's goal difference was way in front of everyone else's, but Oldham have made sure if it does go down to goal difference, they're going to be there or thereabouts. So if they were to play each other at the end of the season and drew, goal difference might play a massive part in that. Or if they lose and they need Kingsway Power to lose, they might need that goal difference. So well done to Oldham for chipping away at the goal difference and kind of leveling it up nearly. Chester and Grangetown occupy third and fourth, 6 points each. Both these two teams have got tough games. I think Chester have got Oldham, they've got Kingsway Power, they've got Wyre still to play. So some really tough games there for Chester. Grangetown fourth, Leeds fifth. Now, based on how they performed, their fixtures, if you look at it from a table perspective, are all downhill from now. They have Wyre, they have Ribble Valley. I think this Macclesfield, maybe they played Oaksway, have played Saddleworth. So they've got very winnable games all the way up to the end of the season. And and there's no reason why they can't potentially push for maybe second or third. We'll see. But yeah, if they play the way they played this weekend, got no doubt they're definitely be in the top four. Wyre, they're going to have to get a good couple of wins in the next round to stay in touch with the top four. It's going to be a tough one now for them. I think 2 wins on Saturday, then they can have a bit of breathing space. But those 2 losses mean that their job next in 2023 is a big one. And if they do make the top 4, then fair play to them. But it's a big challenge now. And it's going to be interesting to see how these teams, especially in 4th down, how they're going to do. Ribble Valley, 4 points as well. Again, got some tough games. Going to need at least all these teams. I think 5th, 6th, and 7th, and Grangetown going to need at least 3 wins, I think, to make sure they can get into the top 4. So it's going to be a very interesting 2023. Macclesfield 2 points in 8th, Oaksway in 9th, and Saddleworth in 10th. but I did say in a Facebook, who would make this top 4 based on what I've seen. I'm going to put myself out there and say Kingsway Power. No, I'm going to say Oldham to win it. And I've always said, no, I haven't. I'll say Kingsway Power to win it.
I thought you said Oldham.
No, that's the under 13. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So Kingsway Power. Then I'll say Oldham, Chester, and I'm going to. Do you know what? I'm going to go Leeds 3rd, Chester 4th.
I was going to say Leeds. I don't know. I'm thinking 2nd. Oh no!
I think Oldham have played Leeds already, but Oldham still have to play Chester. So you that's not a bad shout, to be fair. But look at the goal difference. I think the goal difference.
Oh yeah, good point. Anything can happen in this league, though, mate. To be fair, it's open. It's well opened up. It's just it's too close. Because this is the thing. What's a scary thing is when you think the game's easier, do you play harder, and then you can end up losing. But also, if you stress too much and think the game that you're playing is going to be really hard, and you worry too much, you end up not winning as well. So there was so much going on there. And judging by those scores this week, mate, can't wait to watch it.
It's well finely poised. And I think Kingsway Power got a bit of a wake-up call there. And I think Oldham are smelling blood, basically. I think they feel they might have this one this season for some reason. They are looking cool, calm, and collected, Oldham. So great. I think those two will challenge each other for the title, and I think it'd be Chester, Grangetown, Leeds, Wyre, Ribble, all the way down to 7th to battle for the top 4.
I see Leeds at least being top 3. So yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
right.
Cool. Let's go to the under 12s.
Oh. Under 12s?
No, sorry, 13s.
There you go.
I wasn't here, so Martin, we're going to rely on you there. To give us some feedback.
I'll tell you what. Stars game again. It was obviously 31-10. Did you put that the right way around? You did. Trying to remember. So for the first half of the live stream, obviously this is put onto YouTube, but we had no sound because both cameras were not playing ball, unlike the players on there. But it was quite a good game, I personally think. From what I remember, should have Jack here. Actually, he was more dealing with that while I was dealing with the microphone and the cameras. Sutton Town versus AP Saints. Again, that was 29-5. They worked hard, AP Saints, but Sutton Town just showed how good they really are, mate. To be fair, they've come along really well. Charlton, Rutland, and Southend Sapphires. From what I remember, that was actually a close game for the first couple of quarters. I'm sure it was.
I think Charlton would have won in the first quarter.
Yeah, from trying to remember again. This is when things started to settle down and things started to work for me. So it's like, I can reflect more. I remember Jack saying a few things about that game, and there was a couple of little shots we kind of wanted to post, but it was obviously sorting things out in the back. Now Stars. Again, you can. They've got some. When they turn up, it's a bit like Kingsway Power. You could just see how cool they were. It was. They came in. I mean, AP Saints again. They gave up a good.
It looks like they improved from the first game. AP Saints.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, they've got a tactical guy, and it's obviously working. That they had a thought about how they were playing, and they came. But Stars again are dominating. They are doing very well. So it's interesting. Stars and Sutton, when are you playing each other at the end?
Second from last, fourth round.
That's going to be a game, mate. That's going to be a game. Sutton Town versus Charnwood. Again, I can't remember that one. I think I was dealing with something else then. But again, the score does prove exactly how that was. But Sutton, they're doing it, mate. They really are. You can.
Who was more impressive, Martin, for you, Sutton or Stars?
I would say it's a draw. From what I watched, again, trying to deal with other things, but it's kind of a hard question to answer that. I honestly would say that the Stars is slightly stronger, but Sutton, they're doing something right. There is no doubt about it. There is a change in them. I don't know. They feel, I don't know. Maybe they're sniffing the top of the table and they're like, come on, let's just go. So they've definitely brought it up. Now, this is interesting. Turnford v Paul. I was expecting more, and it didn't happen. But then again, Turnford, I was aware that they obviously needed their wins to obviously go top as well, stay top. And I started updating people to this, obviously, blah, blah, blah. And Turnford just dominated. Which then brought on, we then had CD Phoenix versus Turnford B. Now, I made a mistake at the event. I just classed it as Turnford. Now, Turnford B are literally, virtually A-. Turnford A-. That's what that should be. They are a good team, people. And I would say if you're anybody who watched it last week or on Saturday, Turnford B, and I do know I spoke to the CD Phoenix coach, and they were a bit worried afterwards because I was a bit like, hang on, because I thought obviously Turnford top three, they've done it, they've got maximum points, and then I realised that somebody hadn't updated Turnford B on the score sheet thing, so I was like, hang on, it's supposed to be Turnford B actually, and that changed things, and that was like, right, okay, now we've got a game here. But before I get onto that, so then it was Magic versus Paul. Good game, Magic shouting lots. Paul improved their game. There was no doubt about it. Magic. It was one of those things. I thought Paul might actually pull it back. I can't remember exactly, but I remember something about it. But Magic, Izzy, isn't it? It's Izzy, his coach. She was obviously shouting a lot, getting things done, and obviously happy for the win. I had a little chat with her afterwards. Now, this is the thing. So in between, obviously, once they'd finished the Magic Paul game, I'd gone out, spoke to the CD Phoenix coach, and I know that they were a bit like, whoa, Turnford B, and then they were like, right, they're playing Turnford A, and I said, look, this is a game. This is a game, and I got on the mic because you weren't there. I got to go on the mic. Tell us, people in the comments, did you like me on the mic? So I built this up quite well, actually. And I was saying to CD Phoenix, at the end of the day, you've played against Turnford B. And that, to me, they're basically, if not Turnford A, they're Turnford A-. So you've got this. So this is going to be I'm expecting, and it better be a blooming good game. Because your girls can do it. CD Phoenix, we know Turnford's a great team. Got all their history as well. I'm looking forward to it. I told people that if Turnford lost and CD Phoenix won, they would be drawing. So I was like, this is a potential for both. Both teams had so much riding on this game, and it was a really good game. I think it was until the fourth quarter before things started to deteriorate. But I'm not even going to say deteriorate. Turnford just turned that knob to 11. And I'm using a spinal tap here, mate. They're turning up the heat, and then it's just going to 11, and they just pushed that through. And spoke to the CD Phoenix coach. I said, it's impressive, very impressive. So CD Phoenix, I see them bringing a lot more to it. I think they've upped there. They've turned to 11 as well. But Turnford on the day nailed it, got the maximum points, and top of the other two. And then Turnford B again. Now this. Interesting game to watch, people. Very interesting. Magic doing all their, shouting all their commands out and everything. Couldn't stop Turnford B in the end. I mean, it was a very close game. There was a lot going there, and Izzy was a little bit like, oh, it's like, but they really wanted the win there, and that would have been great for them. But Turnford B are no easy team, is what I'd say on that. I hope that was a good enough round off.
That's good, mate. That's good. Let's look at the table. It's very, it's quite clear now on what we are probably going to expect in 2023. So the top three look like they will be the top three. It's just a case of working out where they're going to come, first, second, or third.
Yeah. What do you reckon? Who's going to win?
Round 4 and 5, that's going to happen with Stars playing Turnford at the last game of the season. Sutton Town will have Stars and Turnford in one day. In round 4. So it's going to be absolutely brilliant in 2023 to see which one comes out on top. Then you have like this really, I would say probably CD Phoenix, Southend Sapphires, Turnford B. I think those three teams in particular have a great opportunity to push it for the top four. And
AP Saints, mate. And to be fair,
AP Saints, Paul and Magic as well. But
I'm honestly saying the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, from what I see on that day, mate, that's opened up. That's anybody's. So it's going to hurt them, whoever drops out into the relegation there. But all those teams, I personally believe AP Saints, they're coming back. They're getting their tactics all sorted. Magic just lost out to Turnford B. Paul, I do think they've got a lot of work to do, to be fair, but still there. But Turnford B is the biggest surprise here. So I think that's throwing the cat amongst the pigeons as well. But Southwell Sapphires, how well are they doing? They're new to the league and they're mid-table already. Got points in advance. But again, 2023, mate.
Well, if we look at the table, there's a big relegation battle on there as well.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Whoever drops out are going to be gutted.
So hopefully they're going to have the fight to want to stay in the league as well. So it's not just about getting into these national finals. It's about also making sure you're here next season so you can keep coming back to the circus.
And I wouldn't write off Charnwood Rutland, by the way.
Well, again, they've got to just improve slightly, and they've got I think their next few games is against teams in and around them.
Yeah.
So great opportunity for them to get a few wins on the board.
Go back, watch the games, prove, see where you went wrong, and I reckon they'll come back in 2023 and they might actually surprise us. So there we go.
There we go. Okay, right. Last thing before we go, let's have a look at the under-15s Northern Conference.
Do you want to look at the table or do you want to look at the fixtures?
Let's have a look at the fixtures. So, big day ahead in the under-15s Northern Conference. This is going to be an interesting one because they've got some under-17s franchise events, which have taken some players away from these teams. So some of the top teams haven't necessarily got their best players. So a great chance for the so-called lesser teams to get a few good results here. So
hang on a sec. Which teams is this?
So it might teams like Oldham, Kingsway Power, Bury maybe. I know Grangetown as well, missing a couple of players, but they're off to some franchise event. And
mate, I tell you what, honestly, to do that, okay, interesting. I think that's going to throw the cat amongst the pigeons there. Come out, all teams. This is your request. Calling all cars. Bring out your best and teach them for not bringing their best players to ENG.
Yes. But to kick us off, we have Grangetown versus. This is double court on Saturday. So Grangetown versus Chester. Then we have this is court A. So good game there, Grangetown versus Chester. Grangetown last season were immense against Chester, and especially in the first couple of quarters. Let's see if Chester can get some revenge. Oldham versus Wyre. So Oldham be hoping to maintain their 100% winning record. Then Wyre versus Grange. No, sorry, that's wrong. That's not going to happen, actually. So it'd be Oldham Wyre, then Oldham Chester. There'd be 3 games on that court because one team dropped out.
Okay.
Saddleworth will play Bury on court B. Ellesmere Port will play Kingsway Power. Big game, massive game. Leeds Athletic will play Saddleworth. Bury will then play Kingsway Power at 12. That's probably my number one game of the day. And then Leeds will play Ellesmere Port.
Should have put them on court A, mate.
So you've got 4 teams there on maximum points. Grangetown, they're going to obviously want to get the wins to keep up with everyone. But it's ridiculous. Look at the quality in that league. The top 6 in particular all got points on the board, all have enough quality to push for the top 4. Then you've got Leeds and Wyre. It's just fully loaded with super talented teams. So Saturday should be a really fun and competitive day.
Definitely.
But Martin, thank you once again, mate, for a great show.
As always, mate. As
And
always.
we will, we'll see you Saturday. If you can't be there, watch it live online and enjoy what is going to be a very exciting, competitive, and entertaining.
I tell you what's really interesting about Saturday as well is there's two courts. So it's like the World Cup. When they've got the two quarterfinals at the same time, you've got to make a decision which game you want to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, not my fault. I can only be in two places at once. No, I can't. Right, excellent. Don't forget to comment, people. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and also YouTube as well. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.